Hey, how we doing, everybody? We're back. We're gonna do some exercising at home. You only need three things, I guess, technically, because one and two, but a set of dumbbells like this. A lot of people, most of you have something like this lying around at home, maybe in your basement, maybe at your grandparents' house. But if you don't, grab a couple cans of soup, put them in a bag, it'll make it heavier. You can even put both of these in a bag, like a strong backpack, and then instead of raising, so these are 5, right? If I put them in a backpack, now it's like 10, so we've got that. And the other thing we need is a chair. So we got that too. And the reason why I mentioned making the weights heavier is because, you know, in order to promote some change within our muscle cells, we want to challenge these muscles, and it's hard to do it if the weight's too light. So that's why a lot of the things that we do here are going to be to fatigue or to muscle failure, you'll hear me say. And that just means that we're working. Maybe you're going to do 30 repetitions of something, for example. It should be like 28, 29, 30, super hard, but you could still do it with good form. But that's not for everybody. If you're recovering from an injury, if you're a little bit older, it's okay to not work that hard, but I like to mention it. So as we do things here, I just sort of talked about it, but we're gonna work to failure. So I have 8 exercises for this one, and I'm gonna explain them one at a time. As soon as you understand how to do it properly with good form, I want you to pause the video and then get going. Do as many as you can with good form, okay? And before we start this even, now's a good time to pause it if you haven't warmed up already. So that could be 5-minute light cardio mixed with some active stretching, active warm-up. Check out, I have a video somewhere on that you could do. It's out there. But anyways, so now's a good time, pause it, and then we'll come right back. Actually, let me show you. So if you want, I have these written if you have the program, but if you don't, this is what we're doing. So we are going to go through them. We're going to cycle through this. Like, we'll go through it all maybe 2 times, 3 times, maybe 1 time, maybe a half of a time. So it's a lot easier if you have it written down, right? All right, and I tape it right here so I could keep things flowing, and you don't have to listen to me say right, that sort of thing. All right, so pause it. We'll be right back, okay? Unpause. All right, so we're back. You're all warmed up at this point, and you're ready to get exercising, okay? So the first one that we had is the reverse lunge, and I wrote with an extra rep. So there's a couple random little things I wrote on here. I'll explain them as we go. So the reverse lunge, as you remember, we've done here. We're going to step back, drop down into that lunge position, and keep this knee straight, all right? So if you see it buckling in, really you want to counteract that by forcing your knee outward, okay? So it's not coming over my toe, I'm stepping back. And so it says with extra reps. So I want you to try to do this. You don't have to, but take the step back, right? And then here's the extra rep, 1 more, and then come 2. So it'll be like this, boom, 1, 2, up. Boom, 1, 2, up. 1, 2, and up. And of course, hold your weights, okay? Let's try to we'll mix it up a little bit. We are going to go to failure, but I want you to do 10 of those on one leg. So that counts as 1. Do 10 of those on one leg, 10 of them on the other leg, and keep going back and forth until you're really nice and fatigued. Can't do too many more, okay? All right, so pause it here and get going. All right, welcome back. So next one we have SL, Hip Abd Raise. So the SL, that's just going to stand for side lying. It could also mean single leg, so sorry, but side lying. So you're going to lie on your side and you're going to do a hip abduction. Remember, abduction just means we're moving away from the midline of our body, so it's going to be a leg raise lying on the ground. If you have ankle weights, not many people do, feel free to slap them on. But anyways, we're here. Get your leg in a nice straight line with your body, all right? Lift it up. So it's coming straight up and even a little bit backwards. You want to feel this in your glute and your outer hip, all right? And by the time we get to the end, you'll feel, a little bit like it's on fire right here. That's okay. Start with your weaker side and then try to do the same amount on your stronger side, right? All right, so I'll have you pause it here and do that. We'll be right back. Cut. And we're back. All right, so we got 2 down. The next one is a heel raise. We've done a couple different versions of these. If you want to just jump rope during this time, that's going to work these muscles back here, okay? A lot of these exercises really tie into each other. So like, I'm jumping rope. Yeah, that's working this, but you might feel a little bit better doing a heel raise like this. But to really, stretch out the capacity, the load, I should say, that we put on the muscle, try it with one leg. When I've even talked about that up with 2, down on 1. Try them all, why not? What do you got to lose? All right, so get going on those and pause it and then get going, and we'll be right back. We have another one next. We're back. So I've got my weights again. So I wrote this one as curl press SA. So curl press is we're going to curl and then press like so. The SA, we're doing single arm. I wanted to do this because it's going to help activate our core. All right, so in a lot of our exercises, if you have a weight on one side of our body, what's it want to do? It wants to pull you a little bit. So you squeeze your belly, you stay up nice and tall. All right, now I'm curling. I feel it in my belly, but I also feel it in my bicep and in my shoulder, so it's a good exercise. All right, so start with your weaker side. This is my left, so I'm going to start with that one. And you could rotate out. You could just hold it palm up. It's a little more challenging if you're just palm up the whole time. Put your weights in a bag, right? Whatever you're doing. Up, press. Alrighty. And I say as many as you can, but if you want to do 10, and then 10, and then 10, and then 10, and keep switching back and forth, that's okay. I don't have a problem with that. Alright? We're curl pressing. Alright, and try to, when you press, try to keep the weight in front of your body. Don't go up too high. If you have any shoulder problems, any clicking, any weird sensations like that, don't do the overhead part. Skip that. Alright? Alright, pause it and be right back. Okay, now we're going to double up on those shoulders and we're going to fatigue them with some shoulder abduction. There's that word again, abduction. We're moving further away from the middle of our body. Alright? So, my shoulder blades are back and together and down, relaxed. And I lift. And I usually like to say if you do it with your thumbs facing upward, it's a little bit safer for your shoulder. So like this. Alright, so we're working these muscles here, okay? And they might be a little bit fatigued right now because we did the press, which works, that same motion is working those muscles. So we're lifting up. And if this bothers you, try coming a little bit more into a V, into that scaption that we do, okay? Looking good. So we'll be right back, do as many as you can. Boom, and coming back. We're back again for a new exercise. Branching off, not a new one, but branching off of the curl press again. So we did that, then we doubled up on our shoulders. Let's double up on our biceps. So now let's curl. All right, if you want to do single arm, you can. Maybe at this point you've done a lot of single arm stuff, so I'm just going to do them both at the same time, bilaterally. Looks good. Even nice and slow. Stay up nice and tall. Just caught myself slacking. No slacking. Alright, pause it, do as many as you can. You got a fun one coming up. Alright, we're back and we have some dead bugs. It's not an issue. We don't actually have dead bugs here that we need to get rid of. It's an exercise, it's a core exercise. In this one, we're going to do opposite arm and opposite leg. So as I kick my right leg out, my left arm goes back, okay? Just like this. Sorry if my hair's a mess. It's windy. Alright, so I'm up. Legs are up, arms are up. My right leg is going out, and my left arm is going back. Alright? So it's opposite. Now don't roll your body, keep your belly nice and tight, like somebody's punching you. Alright, this one can be tricky, a little bit confusing, but we'll try to alternate too. So that. Alright, so take a little bit of time to practice that one. You can do it, I know you can. Alrighty, good luck. Pause. Alright, we're back for one last exercise of this set. It's the plank here. No more exercises. I can get rid of my sheet. And we're gonna do our planks. We know how to do this. You know how to do this. I know how to do this. All right? If you need to challenge yourself a little bit more, lift each foot off the ground like an inch. So notice, it's called a plank because my back is flat as a board. Plank. Belly is super tight. So right now my belly is relaxed. Tighten it up. All right, that's how when you're walking around, if you're walking on the treadmill or something, your belly should be nice and tight. All right, so pause it, and then we'll reconvene. All right, nice work today. That's a whole bunch of exercises that we just did. That's one time through. Cycle through that. That'll be an excellent exercise session for the day. Good workout. We're working all of our muscles. We're doing a great job. You're doing a great job. You're showing up. We'll see you next time, all right? Nice job.